Hey everybody, good morning and good afternoon and welcome back to Starcub Review. I'm your host as always, Starcub, and today's video is going to be a revisit review of a horror movie slasher sequel, which at the time I reviewed almost 2 years ago, from 2023, and that is Scream 6, and I did a review. I thought I'd go back and do a revisit review, see what's changed my mind, does it still deserve a 10 out of 10, is it the best sequel ever in my opinion, like I did in my review, discussing points that I really liked, points I didn't like. There's a lot that's changed since then, and I will flash up on the screen, that's my previous review. So go and check it out, people, and I'll have it in the link in the description below if anyone wants to check that out, just to get a general idea of what I felt like when it came out in 2023. But there is a lot I have to say about this film now that I've revisited it 2 years later. But before I get into that, I just want to say a huge thank you and welcome to anyone new to my channel, new subscribers and people that are just watching. Thanks so much for choosing my videos. It's been absolutely fantastic. I appreciate everything from y'all, and returning subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. You know I all love and appreciate you. So let's get into it. So, Scream 6, directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, written by James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick. The studio, Spyglass Media and Radio Silence, and characters based on, from Kevin Williamson. Now, there is a lot I have to say in terms of the revisit watch that I watched last night. I will say Melissa Barrera as Sam Carpenter, fucking fantastic, absolutely brilliant actress. She gave it her all in this sequel, and I have to say I enjoyed every single minute of her being on screen. Her story arc in these two films are absolutely perfect. Her acting and her story arc in this one just elevated on so many levels. It was absolutely fantastic. It's a shame we're not going to see her story, the Carpenter sisters' story, play out, and the other Carpenter sister being Jenna Ortega, who plays Tara Carpenter. Now, I will give Jenna Ortega the benefit of the doubt here. She was fantastic as Tara, but in terms of where she was going in this story, I feel like it was good, but it was also a little lackluster. And I feel like she really should have had a little bit more, I don't know, I want to say a bit more grunt in her, but she was fantastic. I mean, I'm not a big, huge Jenna Ortega fan as it is, so I can't really say much other than she was fantastic. She was great. But I feel like Tara should have got, I guess, a little bit more meat in her for this one. It's strange for me saying that, but yeah, I think she needed a bit more meat. Jasmine Savoy Brown, absolutely fantastic actress, absolutely loved her. She plays Mindy Meeks Martin. Absolutely fantastic, loved her arc in it, although I'm a little bit disappointed rewatching it now that she didn't get a way bigger role and more meat involved with her when it came to, you know, her being the expert in movies and movie tropes and, you know, all these different tropes like horror tropes, damsel in distress, all that kind of stuff. She was fantastic. I just wanted to see more from her. She was absolutely fantastic in this film, especially the train on the train scene was so intense was just so on point, and it was terrifying. And she got her time, but I feel like could have done more with her, because in the latter half of the film, she's nowhere. You don't see a lot of her, so I'm a little bit disappointed there. And with the rewatch, it's very evident that she should have been involved a lot more. Jack Champion as Ethan Landry, who turns out to be one of the killers. It was obvious from the onset that he was one of the killers, and I can see that now. It's very, very obvious, and I did not like Ethan Landry's character. I did not like Ethan Landry's character at all. I thought he was a piss-weak villain, killer to be precise, and the way that he portrays himself when he's friends with all of them in the group, the core four, and then when it gets revealed and he turns into this complete psycho just like that, now looking at it, it's really off-putting, and it comes off like, a little bit too desperate, and he showed it really, really quickly, like he just switched a switch like that. And I think his role in it was very, very weak. Should have had a lot more to throw us off with Ethan Landry, Jack Champion's character in it. Mason Gooding as Chad Meeks Martin. I didn't care for Chad. I didn't care for Chad in the first film. I think he was a waste, to be honest, in Scream 6. He gets a good dose of screen time, but I also feel like his character became the Dewey character, and I know that's for aesthetics and everything like that. He is a great character, and Mason Gooding is a good actor, but I feel like Chad Meeks Martin was kind of disappointing in this one. Now that I can see it more clearly, he was kind of redundant and just, I guess, was really he plays the whole Randy role, sort of like the other half of the Randy role as well as being Dewey, which is okay, I guess, but I preferred Mindy, so that's just another thing there. Roger L. Jackson, the voice of Ghostface, absolutely thrilling as always. I can't give that man enough praise as it is. He is absolutely fantastic as the voice. Terrifying, funny, just creepy. The voice down pat. Roger L. Jackson, everybody, as the voice of Ghostface. Gotta give him praise. Every single film. Just absolute praise. All the way. Liana Liberato as Quinn Bailey. Again, revealed to be one of the other killers. So she's one of the killers as well, along with her brother Ethan Landry. Quinn Bailey, she plays Quinn Bailey, and I honestly think she was a waste of space. It becomes more and more evident as you watch. All the clues were there that she was another one of the killers. Too easy, too fast. I feel like she should have had a lot more meat to her to throw you off on that one as well. She didn't get a lot of screen time as it was, so that indicates as well that potentially she gets killed off too quickly, which makes it even more suspicious when I think about it now. But Quinn Bailey's character, did not like Quinn Bailey's character. She was a piss-weak character as well, and just the way she interacts with all the core four and the other characters, to when you get the final reveal, she just clicks a thing like that and she becomes an absolute psycho way too quickly, and it comes off really desperate. And when I look at it, I feel like her writing, Quinn Bailey's writing and Ethan Landry's writing as, two of the three killers, I feel like their writing was piss poor, and should have had way more screen time, more character development to throw you off. Should have been involved a lot more to throw you off, because it comes to the other Ghostface reveal. Dermot Mulroney as Wayne Bailey, who played the detective in it. When I first watched it, it threw me off, because I was kind of like, is he a killer? Is he not? Kind of threw me off, but then rewatching it, I realized all the signs are there way too soon. And I don't know, they threw in a lot of red herrings, but at the same time, it was coming at you quick and fast, like, yep, he's one of the other killers. And I feel like his character could have had a lot more to do with him as well, more character development in the way that it throws you off his character. There should have been a lot more police involved as well to throw you off. So there's all that, Scream 6 did a really good thing. When I first saw it, it did a really good cat and mouse sort of thing. Who's the killer? Who done it? But rewatching it now, I feel like, yeah, it's very, very evident, and it was very in your face too quickly, and just, I feel like his character development was piss poor as well, come to think of it now. Great actor, but piss poor direction, in my opinion. And as the killers, as three killers in this one, I feel like they're the weakest in terms of killers, and I did not like them at all. The reveals were awful. Another character I really wanted to see was Anika Koyoko, played by Devon Nakoda. Now, she was fantastic for what we got to see of her, but again, I'm disappointed because I should have had a lot more character development. I really liked the whole relationship between her and Mindy. I really, really liked it, and she could have been potentially a survivor that, is a strong-willed female, badass, still naive, but plays into that whole, could she be a killer, could she not be a killer? But her character development for what we got was okay, but I feel like the two directors duped us when it came to having Anika in the script. She didn't do enough, and she got killed off way too quickly. Very, very brutal kill, mind you. Fantastic kill. But I'm just disappointed that we didn't get to see a lot of her, and could have seen more of her going forward. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to, which is absolutely sad. Hayden Panettiere as Kirby Reed. Her coming back into the mix, absolutely fantastic. One of my favourite characters of all time from Scream 4. What more can I say? I love Kirby Reed. I hope she returns in the next one. Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers. For what we got of Gail Weathers, absolutely fantastic. But again, she got duped, and I feel like her role was reduced because Sydney wasn't in the picture this time, and obviously Denise Campbell not returning. I think it hindered a lot of that too, and her character didn't necessarily have her time to shine, and I think Gail Weathers should have been involved a lot more in this front and center to really bring it out. And unfortunately, for what we got was fantastic, but at the same time, she was reduced to a secondary character rather than a main character, which is a little bit sad. Samara Weaving as Laura Crane, she's the opening kill. Now that I think of it, I said the opening kill was absolutely fantastic, one of the best I've seen, because it really subverts your expectations for an opening. Yes, it does. And I will say that it's one of the best openings. I really, really liked it because it really puts a twist on a twist of an opening. But for her being the opening kill, I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed because I think Samara Weaving could have had a bigger role in Scream 6 where we got to see a lot more of her, and she could have been integrated into the core 4 as a character who could be very suspicious. Ooh, excuse me. Who could have been very suspicious, and could have played into that element as well, potentially being a Ghostface killer. So, I don't know what went wrong there. So yeah, that was disappointing. Josh Segarra as Danny Brackett. I love Danny Brackett's character in Scream 6. Eye candy for one as well. And his role in it was fantastic, being, you know, Sam Carpenter's secret boyfriend in the film. I feel like he really should have been involved in this a lot more and play that whole, is he a killer as well, to throw you off. There should have been a lot more people involved to throw you off, like a real whodunit. Involves a lot more characters than what Scream 6 was dishing out. And obviously Tony Revolori as Jason Carvey. Again, revealed at the start when it, you know, comes off after killing Samara Weaving's character that he was a student at Blackmore University, that him and his boyfriend had planned to kill Tara and Sam. And looking at it now, it's a fantastic opening. He subverts every expectation, but revealing him as, you know, an opening killer and then he gets killed was kind of disappointing. But it, like I said, it is a fantastic opening, but I feel like he should have been involved a lot more to throw you off as well. But I will say Scream 6's killers, absolutely just stupid, just piss poor, and I feel like they should have done stronger characters for the killers. Really, honestly, that's my opinion. Oh, and the whole Sam Carpenter still seeing Billy Loomis, Skeet Ulrich's character from, you know, Scream 1. I feel like that had played itself out. When I did a rewatch of Scream 5, it was really cool to see that, but then rewatching it again, I feel like it was very, very unnecessary. We didn't need to see that. I don't know how it ended up being that it's Billy. She can see Billy Loomis's character when he died, as he died in number 1, with the white shirt and all the bullet holes and stab marks. Which, come to think of it, she didn't even know her father to begin with. She didn't even know what he looked like when he died. So I'm a little bit puzzled as to why they still continued that trend where she sees him. Could she potentially be taking up the mantle as Ghostface Killer, which we do see in this one. She does have it in her, which is great. You get to see a different side of her. But I think the whole Billy Loomis, you know, ghostly image that she sees, talking to her about becoming a serial killer, you're just like me, blah, 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 was very stupid. It was really unnecessary to continue that. And in the context of the story, it doesn't really fit, considering I don't know how on earth she's able to see her dead father the way that he died in number 1, when technically she didn't even know who he was until the events of Scream 5, when her mother tells her that she's Billy Loomis's daughter. So it just confuses me as to why the two directors still continued that trend. So I'm baffled by that. But other than that, oh, and I forgot to mention Henry Czerny as Christopher Stone, who was Sam's therapist. He was a throwaway character. Honestly, a throwaway character. Disappointing that the screen time that we got with him was kind of pointless. He was a throwaway kill, and I feel like his kill wasn't even that graphic, to be honest. And I feel like he could have been written in a lot more to throw you off again, and had a lot more involved. But again, we got what we got, and at the end of the day, I'm happy with how Scream 6 turned out. But there's now that I've rewatched it, I can see a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of things that should have been different, to change up the story. Should have had more character development with these certain characters, like I've mentioned in my video, like I've mentioned today. And overall, I feel like the whole Richie Kirsch storyline was played out in the first one, in Scream 5. I feel like it pretty much was finished there and then to bring it forward where it's Richie Kirsch's brother and sister and father that are continuing the legacy and whatnot. There's a little bit of confusion and a little bit of like scratch your head going, oh, why did they do the Ghostface masks and stuff like that if it was never intending them in the first place to. It just seems a little bit off that they would dress up in the Ghostface masks and that to try and kill Sam and Tara and her friends, if Richie Kirsch was the one that was more interested in it, and they didn't seem like they were the type of people to really do that sort of stuff. And the only reason why they were even the killers in the first place is because Sam killed Richie Kirsch in the first one. And it just, the reasoning behind it is just a little bit piss poor. The den, obviously, the whole Richie Kirsch's shrine, absolutely fantastic. Seeing Easter eggs from all the different films, absolutely fantastic. I loved that whole setup. It was absolutely fantastic. The film as a whole, Scream 6, is fantastic. I still like the film, and I think it's a great film. Do I think that it deserves a 10 out of 10? I'm changing my opinion on that, and I believe, in my opinion, that it is, now when I look at it, do I still think that it's the best sequel ever? No, I don't. And that's just my honest opinion. And I know, like I said in my first review, when I first did it, it was the best sequel ever. I'm changing my mind now because there are a lot of things that I am saying that just don't fit. And just things like that. And I've really changed my opinion on a lot of things in terms of Scream 6. Still a great film. What do I rate it? Now, when I first did this review, it was a 10 out of 10. What is it now? My rating for Scream 6 now is a 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. It has gone down because of a lot of that stuff, but I've honestly really just rethought about a lot of things and where my rankings are in terms of Scream movies overall, and I will put my links for that down below in the description for my rankings for the Scream films overall. But I will be bringing out a new video of re-ranking the Scream films again, personally for me now, because I have so many different views and opinions now on where my rankings really are in terms of after watching Scream 6 again, a rewatch. But other than that, thanks so much for tuning into this video. Now, I know this one is a long one as well, but I felt like I really needed to get this one out there because there are a lot of things that I love about Scream 6, and I love the Scream franchise overall. It doesn't change my opinion in any sort of way that the Scream franchise is crap. I absolutely love the Scream franchise. Absolutely fantastic. But for me, Scream 6 being the number one film in the rankings for me, which you'll see in the video that I'll post down below, I have changed my opinion on that. So I look forward to sharing that list with you later on down the track. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click the like button, hit the subscribe and the notification button to keep up to date with all my content. I've got 2 links listed in the description below as well, being my Instagram and TikTok accounts. So check those out, and I will see you all with a new video very, very soon. Alright guys, ciao.